Do you guys? This is a weird little jump, but do you guys have like thoughts of really uncomfortable or painful things that could happen sometimes that make you very like uncomfortable? Like thinking about someone eating a booger makes.
That's not where I was going.
I'd rather watch a beheading. But
here's one. Imagine taking the big toenail clippers, right?
Okay.
Clipping one of your teeth in half.
Oh my!
This is baffling. I have it written down here. My thought: teeth and nail clippers. I have it written down. Right.
One mind.
One mind. That's the true trifecta. We are all one mind. Illuminati style.
What? Wow. If someone were to torture me, they wouldn't have to threaten to cut off a finger or something. Like, they could just threaten to toenail clipper my tooth. And it's like, that sucks. I don't want that.
Yeah, you're just sitting there like all hardcore, like tied up, like, go ahead, waterboard me if you dare. And it's like, no, we're gonna clip the tips of your teeth out with nail clippers. Like, oh. What do you need to know? That guy, yeah, he's a CIA spook. Get rid of him. Yeah, he's one of my fellow compatriots. So sorry. Just keep those away from. Yeah. Oh, what a terrible.
Well, the password is monkey fucker. And Taylor's house is
password 1, and it's
Taylor. Would you be less or more susceptible to the tooth thing?
Well, it depends how much they're clipping off. Because they just clipped off the very bottom, right in half. Yeah, they're clipping my fake teeth and my real teeth with that, so it might hurt even worse.
But if they just chip the tips, it's like, well, the government will come up with another $15,000, and
they're barely clipping the tips, and I'm just no, not the tip, the most sensitive part of the tooth. Oh, everyone knows the roots are dull and numb. Oh, the tips.
I had a skin tag. I had a skin tag once on my like rib cage. And I found it for the I didn't know it was there until I was actually in New York, like way away from home in my room in New York, and we were doing something, and I'm like shirtless walking through my hotel room, and I feel this thing right here on my ribs, and I'm like, ooh, that's unsightly, and that's gonna bug me every time I touch it. I was like,
oh no,
this has to go. I was like, this has to go right now, and it was pretty big. Like it was like. It's so hard to describe things that are little. 1/4 inch is probably bigger than it actually was.
That'd be a big skin tag.
I'll tell you this. It was big enough to get a pair of toenail clippers on.
That's also a big skin tag.
So I got the toenail clippers on it, and and it hurt so fucking much. And I squeezed them all the way, but they were too dull to cut through it. I had them fully closed, and it was still there. So I just went, and ripped it off. And I can still remember the pitch that I hit with my scream. It was and it bled like a motherfucker.
Dogs are barking in the neighborhood.
fucking Daredevil like across town, the superhero was like, it was
how am I supposed to stop petty robberies now?
I couldn't stop it from it bled through my undershirt that night. It was super bad.
Yeah, they tell you not to pull pieces of skin off with toenail clippers.
They do. Who tells you that?
It's WebMD,
WebMD. No. Yeah, I don't know. There was something about something being on me. It was like, I want this off. I don't want this to be part of me anymore. And I think that's a part of our like evolution that makes us like, I don't know, if there's something on us that doesn't belong or like a splinter or something. I was like, I got to get that out. I was on my pool deck one time when I was a kid, and it was wooden. It was a wooden deck. And I was like walking forward, and my feet were like shuffling. So my foot slid forward over a big splinter, and the splinter went into my heel at a very shallow angle, like not in, but just in enough, and then lengthwise, and then it broke off in there. So when I looked at my heel, I literally had a full 1.5 inches of splinter in my heel that you could see through the skin of my heel.
I hate splinters.
You couldn't pull it out, so I had to cut it out.
Oh, like
I had to cut my heel where the splinter was and like pull it through the skin.
Crazy question. Was the cut painful? Like you can cut a certain amount of skin and it's no pain at all. Like
it was
to get hit or
it wasn't that
anyway.
bad, but it wasn't that bad. But like, because it's your heel as well, because it's and a lot of that's callus. But especially back then, like I was always running around barefoot and stuff. But still, it was not comfortable. And then it left like this flap of like heel back there that slowly like dried up and had to be peeled away. It was gross.
If you got a heel tattoo, would it not hurt much and would it not last long? Could you get a temporary tattoo made out of real tattoo on your heel? Maybe.
So I know the answer to this. I've never, not exactly the heel, but I don't have any tattoos. But a friend of mine got like, when he was like 18, he got like a Bible verse like around his ankle or something like that. And because your ankle's always getting rubbed with your shoe and your sock and everything, that was only, I guess, Jesus, like 10 years ago now, and it's gone. There's like a couple little patches of like where you can see a letter, but other than that, it's totally rubbed away.
When I did that dancing competition, the choreographer had tattoos on her palms, like, or it maybe even just like, what is this part of your finger called? Is there the inside of your finger? I don't know.
Your knuckle, your joint. I don't know.
The palm side of your finger. Let's call it that. Audio people, and I think one she maybe had a ring around it. Anyway, tattoos on this part of your hand go away. I guess the skin just kind of regenerates and replenishes, or it's sweaty or something.
And you're rubbing, you're rubbing it a lot, and like a big kind of
that's true.
Same with mouth tattoos. People who get like that lower lip tattoo thing, that goes away fast. Seems painful though, and very low reward.
Yeah,
like if you have a cool badass tattoo, you want to be able to, you're walking around the beach being like, oh, I'm just a guy. People are looking at my tattoo, but that's just because it's so cool. Tattoos in your mouth, the only way someone sees it is if you make a point to be like, hey, look, I got slut put on my lower lip or something like.
You underestimate how cool I'd be with a paramotor on my palm, probably.
I think Boss Rutan has is cool.
Oh, what does he have?
One of those. It's some
so you're just into box fans or what?
Dude, it's a butt fan kinda.
you're like using it as a conversation opener. You're like, actually, it's a paramount. No, just don't walk away. Don't. No, let me talk to you.